And 3, 2, and 1. Welcome everybody to the Back and Forth. It's me, Kev, and this is my co-host,
Chanel. Welcome everybody.
And guess what, everybody? Guess who came back? Let's bring her in, Chanel. Look who came back, y'all.
Yay!
Cindy, y'all. Cindy's back, everybody. Look at her. She's back and in full effect. But check this out, y'all.
Definitely.
Before we get started, Chanel, I got a question for you, or Cindy, or whoever. What would y'all do if you've been working with the other parent, saving up money for college for your child, and all of a sudden, the money disappeared? Nobody got an answer? Let's go. All right, welcome everybody to the Back and Forth. We are back again with another great week of topics. And you see who we have here. She did so great the last time. We brought her back again. Cindy's back in the house, and she is here to help us tackle on some of these topics that we've been running into. And we want to make sure we get another perspective on it. Cindy, tell the people hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy J. Cadet. I am a children's author, co-parenting coach, and I am trauma trained, so I understand how trauma can affect people's lives from childhood up to adulthood, and I am super excited to be on the show today. Once again, I had a great time last time, so I just knew I had to come back.
Oh, thank you. And I commend you by speaking about trauma, because it's nothing to play with, because we know it can affect a lot of people, and sometimes I'm under a lot of stress on this show because of my co-host. And I thank you for showing up, because maybe you can. That's why we put you in the middle, so you can be referee, because sometimes I feel some kind of way, but I just keep it to myself. But you know, and speaking about, you know, feeling some kind of way, before we get started, we'd like y'all to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button before we get started, so you all know when we're gonna be putting new content out there, and so you can go out there and, matter of fact, share this with somebody too if you can. You know, it doesn't hurt. Each one, share one, teach one, be one, all over that stuff. That's it. That's what we're talking about. But before we jump into this, I just want to make something known. You know, as co-parents, we run through it. We do a lot of things with our children and with the other co-parent. If you have a co-parent who's working with you, it's all the great. But some of us have co-parents out there who do not want to work with us, and it make life difficult. And sometimes we run across situations where we think that something is common sense, that we should be doing certain things in a way that together for our children, but they don't work out that way. And that brings us to one of the topics that we ran across. And it was this right here. I'll pull it up in the middle of the screen, or I'll put it in between the screen somewhere down the line. I might block myself out. You don't need to see me. You've seen this pretty face enough. I'll probably put it on my face. So, Chanel, I didn't need that. This is why Coach is here right now, because this is the kind of stuff you be doing to me. So I saw that corner of my periphery. So this post right here came about. It had to be a father, and he was feeling some kind of way. And it started off with this right here. It said, "Me and my ex-wife set up a college fund for our oldest child that we deposited money into for almost 18 years to a total of almost $40,000. We recently finalized our divorce, and our child told us that they would not be going to college, and instead she would be going into the military. So of course the money for college would not be needed. Now, our child never even knew anything about the money that we saved for her, so it wasn't like the money was lost. So guess what happened? My ex-wife took half of the money out of the account, and Lord knows what she did with it. When I asked her why did she take the money out of the account, she said, well, she isn't going to college, and so she felt like it was hers to take back." Pause. I'm not gonna say anything. Cindy, since you are our esteemed guest today, what do you have to say on that first half of this right here?
That's heartbreaking. I think that, first of all, it was a joint account that they were both putting money in. So there should have been a discussion if she was going to take the money out.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, even though the daughter or the son, I'm not sure if it was a daughter or son, is no longer going
Daughter,
to
yeah.
college,
Mm-hmm.
that was still money that they were putting aside for that child. So they should have had a conversation with the child to even see how they can. For me, I am trying to help build generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And that child could have used that money to buy, like, invest in some property and built more money on top of that. So for mom to just take the money and like feel like, oh, since she's not going to college, is my money, I'm going to take it back. It's just kind of like one of those things. It's like, come on, man, why did you have to do that, mom? Why?
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I definitely agree. And I know that in the text it talks about that the child didn't even know that the money was even available. However, again, when you're having that conversation about the future, then okay, so what are some other future goals that you have besides, you
Mm-hmm.
know, post high school?
Mm-hmm.
So going having that conversation, then at that point, and it's funny, this part, the peculiar part to me is that this was never brought up in the divorce, the divorce,
Mm-hmm.
all of this money that they shared jointly was never brought up in the divorce. So I thought that was pretty peculiar, because nobody brought that up. Nobody thought that that was important to discuss.
Yeah, and
That's
the interesting part is, I think from what I saw in the article as well, they were both supposed to be able to sign off in order for either one of them to take the money out. So it was almost like, how did mom? Like mom had some tricks up her sleeve and was like, this is my money and I'm going to take it today.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good one, Cindy. I'm um, forgive me, because what you all two have said was very logical and sound. However, what if, and let's play a what if here. What if the mom took the money out the account because she felt she had the right to? Because like Chanel said, maybe there was nothing in the decree that said that we had to give the money up. Maybe the two of them had a conversation about this. If she don't go to college, then we're not going to give her the money. Who knows? Because they're not together anymore. They're divorced. So if we're not together anymore, and if the daughter's not going to college, then maybe I can just take the money out there and just same old, because no harm, no foul. But Cindy just said something. And later on in the article, let's go to part 2 of this article. That's why I said stop and pause. It said, here's the kicker. The account was set up so that we would have to both sign for any money to be withdrawn. So I'm not sure how she was able to take the money out of the account. And I also thought that she could have at least come to me and we could have discussed what she should do with the money, because I was thinking that we could give the money to her as a gift so as to set her up for her future. But this option was taken away from me because my ex did not give us a chance to make this possible. So I have decided to give our daughter the other half of the money regardless, because I feel that is the right thing to do. You see, so he has taken it upon himself to still give the child the money. She didn't know the money, like Chanel said, she didn't know the money was coming anyway. So now that's $20,000 that he gave his daughter. It's almost seed money, because now she's going in the military. She's 19, 20 years old, going in the military now. She has money to start her life off with. And that's better than not anything at all, because I went to the military at 18, 19 years old with nothing in my pocket except for some lint and a roll of quarters.
Lit.
Lint and a roll of quarters. But, I got there and I made my way, so I was okay. But imagine if you start off with $20,000, but as a 19-year-old kid with $20,000, that might be a lot of money. So, but I commend him for doing this. But I'm going to leave this ex-wife to you all, because I don't know how she got that money out their account. They both had to sign for it. What do you think, Chanel?
Well, I'm gonna throw up something actually different into the equation, because this is the oldest child, right? So there's other children or another child out there. Where's the money for those kids?
Maybe she hasn't got to it yet. I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. There's so much more, because first of all, nobody brought this up in the divorce. This is an asset that has to be talked about,
Hmm.
right? That you both, like they said, they both have their name on it.
Yes.
Then perhaps maybe she took out the money for the other children. I don't
Mm.
know. It doesn't.
Mm.
This is not coming from the wife. This is coming from the husband. So perhaps if the younger children, because they may be under 18, they may be still living with that mom, and she may feel like, well, these younger children don't have a fund. I may be getting some child support, but I may need to set up something for them. So I'm kind of playing the contrarian on this one, because I still, as a mom and former wife, feel like, you can have a discussion,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I don't know the state of this father. Perhaps this father would have said, no, no. I'm giving you child support, so you figure it out from there. I don't know. I'm playing the
Yeah.
contrary on this one intentionally, because I think there's still more information that we don't have.
Hmm. What you got, Cindy?
I think that there needed to be a conversation. I can understand if there were, other children, but at the same time, if you're going to set up a fund for one child and you have more children, I would think that you would want to set up a fund for all the children to like make it kind of, equal across the board.
Hmm.
But not having that conversation and just going to take the money out, and like he said, he has Lord knows what she did with the money. I think that was a very immature move. She could have at
Mm-hmm.
least said something to him. Maybe she felt she didn't need his permission, maybe she didn't, but at the same time, the account was set up for them to both sign off on it. So I'm really wondering how she was able to pull off taking the money out without his
Mm.
knowledge. That's the question that I have.
Go ahead, Chanel.
You know what? It was probably her attorney. This is probably the tricky part that he missed. Her
I
attorney
knew it.
probably wrote something in there,
I knew it.
red line something in there, and it just got slid under the door. He signed off on it, and she took that divorce decree and was able to get that money. I
I
almost
knew you
want
was
to
gonna come with
guarantee you
that.
that would happen.
I knew you were gonna come with that because I'm like this right here. We're talking about this one child, and she done took off $20,000 with the one child because she took half the money out the account. But somewhere down the line, she was given authority to take that money out the account.
Home.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
you cannot walk into a bank unless you walk in there with somebody with fake ID and everything and sign off on something to get that money out that account. You have to
Mhm.
have some kind of access, especially if it required two signatures to get the money out. And so somewhere down the line, something either shady has happened or something legal has happened and he didn't know about it. Because right now
Mhm.
he is in the dark and I'm quite sure he posted this out of his feelings because the money's gone. And if they do have other children, like you said, 'cause this was the oldest child, they do have other
Mm-hmm.
children and they had money set aside for them too. He probably doesn't want the same thing to happen again. Which means he's probably
Mhm.
like Chanel said, he probably gotta go check that divorce plan to say, okay, what else is in this thing? Because at the end of the day, as you see, the most common thing that we have said here today between Cindy and Chanel is communication. And that's why I
Mhm.
stress that when I'm talking about co-parents. You have to be able to communicate because you don't want to assume that someone is on the same page with you and everybody's of the same understanding. We are not
Mhm.
all evenly yoked. And so everybody may have different intentions. She may have had intentions that, okay, like Chanel said, I got other kids to raise. I'm taking half that money. It's going to help me out with the other children. Since our oldest child's not going to college now anyway, she doesn't need the money. She's going into the military. While the father might be saying, well, that was a gift. You just took a gift. Her intentions might seem shady right here, but her intentions might be good. She might be using that for the other children. We don't know. We don't know.
Mhm.
We only get his side of the story for this right here. But we
Mm-hmm.
still have to find a way to communicate to get something out there. Yeah, she could have told him, I'm going to take the other half of the money out and do this with it. Or if, like Chanel said, if it was in the decree and she got it slipped in there, she don't have to tell him anything. Just wrong, though. It just seems so
But the thing
wrong
is,
and slimy.
but the thing is, like the right. I guess there is no quote unquote right or wrong, but to be fair, it's almost like why not say I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. You
Mm-hmm.
may not feel like you owe that person an explanation, but at the end of the day, you share that child together.
Yeah.
And when you have a child together and there's money involved, especially if you both are putting money into an account for that child, that there is a conversation that needs to be had for that child.
Yes.
And it's unfair to the child now, because it's like, yeah, the child didn't know the money was there, but what's wrong with setting your child up for success
Mm.
and giving them that, that extra, uh, the extra money
Yeah.
to like give them a head start in life. And I think that's one thing, especially in our community, that people don't understand, that we need to be able to set our children up in order for them to succeed in life, and giving
Mm-hmm.
them that head start is really
Mm-hmm.
critical. And for her to just take that money out, whether she's trying to help out the other children or not, it's still taking away from that first child who could have done something really well with the money,
Mm-hmm.
even invested the money in a great way to help her siblings. So it's almost like that conversation, like it always comes back to communication, like having an open dialogue about what's happening when it comes to the children and the money. That's something that needs to happen. And a lot of co-parents just feel like, well, I'm an adult, I'm going to do what I feel like doing, and that's it. And it's like it shouldn't work that way.
Yeah, and that's great, because here's the thing: no matter what was done, the child didn't know anything about this money in the first place. So you know what he can't do? He can't say a thing. He cannot say to his child that your mama took the other half of this money. You know why? Because it was
I
a
think
gift.
He did though.
But I'm saying.
I think he told.
Yeah, but he.
You think he told her?
Yeah, I think he told her.
If he did, that is so wrong. He cannot do that, for one, because for one, you're casting dispersion. We don't know why she did it. And like Chanel said, it could have been in the decree. It could have been slid right in there, and he signed off on it. It's not up to him, because if it was a gift, you don't go back and say, well, your mama had the other half of it. I'm only giving you my half because she took the other half and didn't. I don't know what she's doing with it. Why are you putting her in the dark light? That's something between her and her child too. You can't do that, because it's obvious he's in his feelings. He put this nice long quote out here. He's in his feelings. And
that's why I feel like, because he put it out there to the public, chances are he told the daughter, like, listen, man, this was supposed to be 40 grand. Now it's only 20. Your mama just did what she was going to do with the rest. And now I'm going to give you my half, and you just have to take it up with your mama for the other half.
and Chanel know where I'm about to go with this, because I'm starting to blink my eyes, because let me tell you something. If he was still able to gift this money to his daughter, and she's better off than she was yesterday because she had zero, no matter if she got 20 or she had 40, if he was able to gift that to her and give her a head start, and he's still upset about what the ex-wife did, then he's going to have to get the F out of it. And the F stands for feelings, y'all. Get his feelings out of it and deal with what it is. The daughter still is set up for success. She still has a head start that she wouldn't have had prior to going into the situation. Because the money was for college. She didn't go to college, went to the military. She still get $20,000. That's $20,000 more than she had the day prior.
Yeah.
So we wish for blessings for people. We want blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. And she's been blessed with 20,000. Regardless of whether it's supposed to be 40, she got 20. That's more than she had the day before. I'm not going to keep dwelling too much, but Cindy, you have done a great job here again. And we are so thankful for you that you joined us.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
Cindy, do you have anything? How can the people reach you in case they forgot? How can they reach you and what you got going on?
Definitely. You can reach me on my website at cindyjcadet.com. As I mentioned, I'm a children's author. I've collaborated with my daughter. We write books and journals for children to be able to process their feelings regarding separation, divorce, blended families. I'm on Instagram at cindyjcadet. Our book Instagram is at Brave Kid Press. And I'm just so excited for this opportunity. You guys are amazing, and I love this show.
Thank you for being out there. I'll put all your information down in the captions. I'll put all the information down in the captions. What? I'm putting this out some information in the captions.
Okay, yes, thank you. Putting it all down in the description. But Cindy, you even enjoy Ted?
See what I'm talking about? Right there. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm just kind of finding
Oh my gosh. I'm just trying. Hey, you all. Thank you all again for joining us. It's been another great week, another great topic. And we appreciate you all for showing up. And just in case I didn't remind you all, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button so y'all know when we're putting this content out there. And with that, I'm going to tell you all to stay safe and be blessed. And Chanel, take us home.
Go ahead and make God first in your life. Put God first so that you can make some good decisions, not questionable ones like what we discussed today. But just put God first in your life. He'll show you the way.
And like that, Chanel done took the long answer. I just asked her to just give us what she got, but she went and did this. Oh gosh, here we go again. And we out, y'all.